Today's intro is a simple one. Do you want more money at Christmas? Well, then this video is for you. It's almost Christmas time. We're now only a couple of weeks away from Christmas. It always seems to sneak up on everyone, but especially in 2020, I feel like it's just come along so quickly. Now, as you can see from my house, it's starting to get a bit Christmassy in here, so it's getting exciting times ahead, but this also comes with money stress. So I hate to be the person to say it, but you've got to be financially prepared for Christmas, otherwise it's just going to add a whole nother layer of stress to your busy time already. So that's the thing with Christmas. We're always busy, we're flat out, we've got events on, whether it's work, with friends, and then obviously with family. You're catching up with family that you might not get along with. So luckily in my case, that's not the case. But a lot of people are seeing people that they maybe don't like to spend a huge amount of time with. So that comes with stresses. And then you've just got the social stress of gifts and going to events, the cost of that, and etc. So there's so many things going on that you don't want that money stress to be another thing that's happening for you. So in this video, I'm going to go through 5 simple ways that you can save money at Christmas time. And the good thing is they're really simple methods. So I don't want to go with anything that's too complex. These are just really simple things that I feel like anyone could implement. So with all that said, let's get into tip number 1. So tip number 1 is budget for your gifts throughout the year. So I did speak about this briefly in a previous video, but the thing is that if you're budgeting for your gifts throughout the year, instead of trying to pay for all your gifts in a 1-month period or a couple months before Christmas, you got 52 weeks of the year that you're saving for these gifts. And the good thing with this one is a really easy thing to do. So all you need to do is literally go into Excel or make a list on paper of just write down every single person that you would normally buy gifts for. Now look, this might take you 5 minutes, but just list off anyone that you know that you're gonna have to buy a gift for. And then just put a budget price next to everyone. So it doesn't have to be exact, but you might go, okay, $50 for this person, $40 for that person, $100 there. So you can quickly add up and see how much you're spending on gifts throughout the year. And then simply divide that by whatever your pay cycle is, whatever your budget is. So if you work out, okay, I've got $1,000 worth of gifts for the year and I get paid weekly. So you divide that by 52 and then it's easy to come up with a weekly amount that you've got to put away. And then simply start saving this each week. So you can either put it in a separate savings account. You might want to draw it out and put it in an envelope with cash. Or you can just have a column on a spreadsheet like I do that's just for gifts. So you're budgeting all through the year, saving for these gifts. And the great thing about this is you can then buy gifts at any time through the year. So you can go, oh, September, something comes up, oh, that'll be a great Christmas gift. You buy it without it affecting the rest of your budget because you've already got that money sitting there. Now, this is actually the first year I've done this, and it's just taken so much stress away come Christmas time because I can just go and get all my gifts at once, or I can spread them out over a set period of time. It doesn't matter because the money's there. I'm not dipping into my own spending money. It's coming out of a dedicated area for those gifts. Now, I think one thing to consider with gift giving, as a bit of a side note, is that if you're the type of person that wants to buy everything you see for someone, maybe don't buy early in the year. You might think you're getting organized and getting it all done early, but if you buy something for someone in July and then it comes September and, oh, I've got to get them this as well, you may end up overspending because you're buying throughout the year and then you're also double dipping and getting more for them come Christmas time, which if you can't afford this, then don't put yourself under that pressure. All right, let's just break up the video for a second here. And there is a Christmas gift I want from everyone watching. And that is to hit that subscribe button, of course. That really helps me grow the channel. Make sure you leave a like on the video as well. And that'll be your Christmas gift to me. And then hopefully my gift back to you is providing you with some value through these videos. Anyway, let's get back into the tips. Tip number 2 is quite an interesting one. It's only something I've really thought about over the last few months of seeing it and thought, how could I actually take advantage of that? But it's buying gift cards when they're on sale. Now, gift cards don't come on sale a lot, but I've noticed recently, especially over Christmas time, stores are promoting them as being on sale. So for instance, here in Australia, we had Coles the other week having 15% off a wide variety of gift cards. Now, this can help you save money in 2 different ways. So the first can be if you're someone that buys gift cards for people for Christmas, obviously 15% off, that's great. You're getting 15% more value as such on your purchase. So that's saving you a bit of money there. But the other way to do it, which I hadn't thought of before, but when I was thinking, I was like, hang on, why don't I do this? Is that if it's something you would normally pay for going forward, why not buy the gift card for yourself? So what I mean by this is say there's 15% off a wide variety of gift cards and you're someone that goes to the movies once a month with your partner, and you see that, okay, there's a cinema gift card that's 15% off. So why not buy that? And you're locking yourself into a 15% saving next time you go to the movies. So it's actually benefiting yourself by locking in a savings. So it's a great way to think of it. It doesn't have to be just everyday expenses, but it can be things that you actually splurge your money on. And obviously it can also work for everyday expenses. For instance, if you find a gift card that's on sale for a grocery store or something, why not get it, lock yourself into those savings, and it's going to help you save money. The great thing about this tip is it can be done all year round, but I've just noticed at Christmas time itself, there seems to be more of these gift card sales going. Tip number 3 is creative gifts beat competitive gifts. So what I mean by this is be creative with your gift giving. Don't be competitive on a money basis. This rings true especially in family situations. So many people are trying to outdo everyone, but how about you try and outdo someone by creativity than by money? So not everyone's going to be in the same financial position as you. So don't feel the pressure that if you've got a rich cousin or a rich brother that's earning more money than you, that you have to keep up with them and buy expensive gifts for them or for their kids. Go with the creative gifts, because I find they are what leaves a lasting impact on someone rather than how much money you've spent on them. So something I try to do when I buy gifts to people is I try to either buy something that's going to give a good laugh or something that's going to give a real genuine reaction of, wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's a really cool gift. I'll get a lot of use out of that. Rather than going, oh, here's a $300 gift card for something, and they go, oh, thanks, and it's all about the money. Why not try and think? Be really creative and go, okay, what can I get this person they're just not going to expect, but they're actually going to either get use out of or find funny or really like? This is one of the reasons why I actually don't like to give gift cards as a gift or money, because I think part of the fun of gift giving is actually coming up with something creative to give someone. That's why I really enjoy, especially for family, coming up with creative gift ideas, or even coming up with creative ways to give the gifts. So I've played plenty of pranks on my family over the years of rocks in the box, or changing labels on names, or putting presents out with no names. Just trying to keep the fun of gift giving rather than be all focused about the expensive gifts. So tip number 4 is doing Secret Santa in situations where it suits. So I'm not actually a huge fan of Secret Santa, but I definitely think in some situations it's a great idea. So especially, say, a group of siblings and they've all got their own kids, is that suddenly becomes a lot of people you're buying for. So why not maybe just do Secret Santa amongst the adults? So kids quite often like to have lots of little presents to open. That's sometimes the enjoyment of Christmas Day for them. But for adults, why don't you go, okay, we're all going to just buy for one person, and it also does increase the options of what you can get. Now, what I mean by this is I've just spoke about the cost of gifts and not focusing too much on expensive gifts. But if you are trying to spread your money so thin, it does limit the options you can get. Whereas if you're only buying for one person, you do have a bit of a bigger budget that you might be able to afford something more creative. It just does open up the options for you. And also, people are busy come Christmas times. If you're trying to buy 10 different gifts versus for one person, it might actually just take a little bit of stress away from you. The biggest thing with Secret Santa though is set a budget and actually stick to that budget. Use that as the challenge. So many times I see people do a Secret Santa in a workplace or in a family situation, and it's got, say, a $25 limit, and then someone goes out and spends $50, and it's like, that's kind of the part of the challenge, is to find a good gift in that price range. So stick to that, because otherwise it becomes awkward. If someone goes and spends lots of money on someone and then they go, oh, I didn't spend as much on that, people can actually feel bad about it and kind of can ruin the thought of that gift. Tip number 5 is budget for your leftovers. Now, just thinking about Christmas food makes me hungry. All the great foods you get from the moment you get up pretty much till the moment you go to bed. You go to a Christmas lunch and you eat as much as you can to the point where you're almost having to be rolled to Christmas dinner, and then you go and eat just as much then. So don't be afraid to take leftovers. Normally there's so much leftovers at a Christmas lunch or a Christmas dinner and everyone's like, oh, who wants to take these? Why not take them? If you like the food, it's going to save you on money. So when you're doing your grocery shopping the week after Christmas, budget this in, that you might not have to spend as much because it's likely that you're going to have Christmas leftovers. I think that's just a great thing in general with food, but if you're not afraid to eat some leftovers, sure, they might not taste as great as day one, but you're not wasting food then, therefore you're not wasting money. And at the end of the day, quite often at Christmas, we do have foods that we don't normally have through the rest of the year. So you're getting to experience these foods for a longer period of time and just stretching out that Christmas joy. Most of all, enjoy Christmas. The money shouldn't be the stress over Christmas. So if you can do some of that planning and take some of that away, but also don't stress if you do blow your budget at Christmas time. You can learn lessons from this, but don't let money consume you over Christmas. Be focused on the enjoyment of spending time with family and friends and just the joy of what Christmas means to you. And don't forget, it's almost the new year after Christmas, so you've got New Year's resolutions, and what better resolution to make than to be better with your money and catch up on maybe some of the budget blowing you've had over Christmas. That's the video for today. I really appreciate you watching all the way through to here. As always, if there's anything you want me to talk about, make sure you leave a comment down below. And as we get closer to Christmas, I hope everyone has a really great festive season, but I will be making plenty of videos before that. So I'll see you on the next video.